What's up, guys? It's Jeramie with Jeramie Lou Photography. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We have another amazing 10-minute or less Lightroom edit for you guys. And I haven't done these actually in about a month or so because I haven't been doing creative shoots and I haven't been shooting weddings, and those are the two things I've been focusing on. So it's been a lot of relaxation, a lot of portraits, a lot of marketing, and now we're getting back into the swing of things, so expect to see more of these videos coming. First off, let's get the stuff out of the way. If you guys are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I'm a photographer, dad, entrepreneur, mentor, and I train people in all the arts of photography. If you guys like this video, it helps out in any way, give it a thumbs up, and then you can always click that bell for notifications to let you know when I am back on the tubes and we can chat again. So this is a pretty standard portrait right here. If you guys didn't know, we've actually moved out of our old studio, which is where this was shot at. This was shot on the roof. And we are in a new studio, so my images are starting to change a little bit, which is kind of nice. We were in this old amazing building for about 2 years, and they never did anything with it, so we decided to move, and we might come back later, but we're not 100% sure on what's going on. So we're at a new place, so this image is kind of a little bit of a sad image for me because it's the last shoot that I did do at the studio, and well, you know, it's one of those things where you get to shoot an amazing location, but I put my heart and soul into this place, and I love this place. So again, this is Allura, and she also goes by Tia. And this was a rooftop shoot, natural light shot. She has some purples in her hair. She's wearing a purple fur vest thing. She got some tats going on right here. And so we're just going to do a little vintage edit to this. And I always say vintage, but it's more of a film, a Visco type edit. And in fact, I'm using Visco Film 06 Push and Pull for the Canon series. So let's get right into it. I'll go over my settings with you guys, and then we'll just we'll rock it from there. Ooh, that finished exporting. Nice. So I was shooting this with a Canon 5D Mark IV, most likely with a Sigma lens. Let's see if we can figure that out right now. I have to click on this. Shot this with the 35mm Sigma Art 1.4. Shot this at f2.8 ISO 100, and my shutter was 1/800th of a second. It was a bright day, not too bright, hence the only 1/800th of a second at 2.8. And I was very close. I mean, it's a 35 range, so basically I was very close to her. My pinpoint was directly on this eye here, and I focused on that eye, got my shot. I probably shot 3 or 4 shots to make sure I got it, and that's what I got. This is a pretty standard shot for me, guys. If you follow my work, I'm a big headshot person. I love the eyes. I love focusing in, and that's ultimately my goal. So Allura here, we're not going to do too much of an edit on her. We're going to do a base edit and everything. We're going to play with the skin, but we're going to keep it very, let's say, natural, and this is just how I edit. This is what I do. So we're going to do the, I hate how they name these things, man. The 400H +1 plus this thing right here. And I'm sure each one of these things means something, but I just never know what it means. So I already actually edited this and reset it, so I'm trying to remember what I did for you guys. So what we do is we start doing the whole image as a whole. We do the whole image as a whole, and then we get to nitpick what we want, okay? So the first thing I always do is I use my Palette Gear system here, Wacom tablet, palettegear.com. Check them out. They are freaking amazing, and they just make editing a lot more fun. More efficient, of course, but a lot more fun. So I'm using I have a little dial here set for my exposure. So I'm actually just going to bring the exposure down just a little to get a little bit more moodier of a shot. And then I'm going to up my clarity. I have a little slider here, and you'll see my clarity brush move. Actually, you won't, so I have to show you guys. You'll see my clarity brush move right here. Why is it doing that? Get off, son. Get off. Right there. I'm not going to move it anymore. You'll see my clarity brush. As I move this, it'll move that dial right down there. Yeah. So I want this. I want to punch. I want to punch. And as you can see, if I have my clarity here, I load my exposure. Everything here, eyes are starting to darken. All the hair is starting to darken. It might be a little too dark for me right now, but we'll see what we got. And we're going to add a little just vignetting on the edges. And the reason is I have this natural vignette that's happening from the building right here. Dark, dark, dark. And whenever it's dark on at least 3 sides, I add a little vignette to kind of pull into the center. My goal is to come into the center of this image. And that's what I want to do. All right, we're 4 minutes in. I got to hustle my booty here because I have a promise to make to you guys, and I don't want to edit this video when it's all said and done. And let's go into fit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our skin smoothing. So my image is pretty much done. You know what? I'm going to play with a little bit of color here. I want to cool this down just a bit. Ooh, loving that. All right, so we just brought down the blues in our image here. So we're going to take our skin smoothing tool, which I've dubbed J Skin Smoothing, which is minus 70 clarity, sharpness up 25%, and that's all it is. In turn, remember, I added clarity to the entire image, so I'm reducing the clarity now. So the image is going to feel like it's losing a lot. And we're just doing a general paint here. I have my brush fairly small, fairly tight. There's a lot of darks here, so I'm not really seeing any change. I don't want to mess with her tattoo too much. So I'm just going to get into these little tiny nooks and crannies. I actually don't edit skin that much, but it all kind of connects, so it all kind of looks good. And after a while, you'll start to get your feel on how these tools actually work for you guys. So we have like a little bit of hair here, and that's not bothering you too much. I mean, as I stare at it, it starts to bother me, but it's not bothering me too much. I am going to up my exposure just a little bit. Love that. And all I want to do is just not hit that button. There, I want to hit that button. And I want to just play with her skin. So now we're going into our retouch tool. Or, yeah, I think it's literally called... What is it? What are you called? Retouch brush. Clone brush, heel brush. My heel brush. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of brain issues here tonight, guys. Because that's what happens. So I put this at 73%, 70%, 65 to 75% normally, and I just start to play with it. And if it's pulling too much, I mean, Lightroom is awesome right now where it's kind of pulling for itself. I'm not doing a whole skin redo. I'm not doing any frequency separation. I'm just kind of cleaning these little parts of her skin here that I'm noticing are changed. If this was a different type of shoot, yeah, we would go in and work it a little bit harder. Actually, what's this? Shoot, of course this is with a bunch of freaking hair. Let's see how this looks. Nice. And this might just be a little bit softer, guys. So I am thinking about buying a new... I edit on a Mac, guys. You're watching this on a Mac. And I'm using OBS to film it. But I think I want a new Mac because I use a dual screen now. This is a 2013 Mac. I've maxed it out. It works pretty great, but you know, times change and I want the new 17, so all right, so we got that. So we're going to go to new. We're going to play with our dodging and burning right now. And if you guys watch my videos, you guys know I'm a simple dude with simple needs. So we're going to dodge the whites in our eyes here because they're staring at me. Now, just be careful that you guys do not dodge the eyes too much or lighten them too much. It will look fake as balls, and you will look like an old school dude photographer who works here in Reno, and he has not been cool lately, so I can say that. Sorry. As we kind of did that, I am going to up the clarity just a little. And here's what happens, guys. If you up the clarity too much, watch your eyes right there. They start to pop out. Look how fake that looks. And that's like the editing style that I'm seeing now from these old school guys. So I'm going to bring it down just a little. Oops, too much. And then we're going to bring our exposure down just a little because I feel like that is a little too much for me right there. Cool. So before, this is our after. I have a minute to finish this, guys. So while in our dodge tool still, we're going to go new. Actually, I'm going to do a new dodge tool. New. I'm going to go from my dodge. Her hair is just a little too dark up there for me. So I'm just going to go to regular dodge here. And we're just going to kind of paint a little bit of these sections here. And what's going to happen is we're just going to lighten up just this area, not too close to her head because that's the brightest part and that'll look just weird. Oh, what is happening? Do I have to edit this now? We were just dodging her hair here when I left you guys, and all I'm doing is just trying to add a little bit of light to this little side area here. Nothing too crazy. And you can kind of tell where the sun's hitting because it's like it's making it a little too light for me. And just adding a little bit of separation, a little bit of color here with this light. And all I'm doing, not changing anything crazy. Right? Cool. And we are going to bring this down just a bit here. Money. Awesome, guys. I am super happy with this image. This is just kind of a general portfolio image for her. So for us. And I love it. Her lips look great. Actually, I was going to go edit her lips, but they look great. Everything looks awesome as I stare at it into the abyss. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys learned something. If you guys have any questions, please comment below. Show some love. I will talk to you guys later. Adios. Lista vista. Bye-bye.